7 super annoying car salesman tactics, part 1, because there's so many more to come. This show includes these 7 annoying tactics and tips on how to navigate each tactic when they are deployed at a car dealership. Hi, I'm Kevin Hunter, known on YouTube proudly for the last 15 years as the homework guy. In car sales, specific salesman tactics never die. They just recirculate from dealer to dealer like a bad virus. These super annoying car salesman tactics we will talk about today are actively employed in dealerships nationwide. Seriously, bad ideas and annoying word tracks do spread like a virus from one dealer to the next all across the country. What happens at a dealer in the state of Washington also happens at a dealer in Florida. Everything we're talking about today are things you can expect to encounter during an in-person visit to a car dealership. These are some of the chief reasons we say negotiate an out-the-door price from the comfort of home before ever going to a dealership. For those of you who still are in the habit of just going to a dealership because we know you're out there, it's time to unveil these in-person tactics and learn how to overcome them in your car buying journey. The amazing Elizabeth joins me in the studio now.
Thanks, Kevin. To bypass all these annoying tactics we'll discuss today, get signed up for the hassle-free car buying service on our website. It's a primary selling point of our service. It's right on the website, thehomeworkguy.com. And if you think you got this and you want to negotiate the deal yourself, you can also sign up as an email, help, or texting client with me, and I'll give you black book values and keep in touch with you about the details of your deal. Now, for today's show. The sales staff on a typical car lot are indeed known for their super annoying tactics.
Very annoying.
These are all good reasons to avoid visiting a car dealer as long as you can. The one that tops the list for me is, sitting at number 1, the overzealous greeting. Hey guys, how's it going? You know, think the Andy Elliott style.
Definitely Andy Elliott.
Yep, you step on the lot and suddenly you're the star in the salesman's personal show. What's up with that? Is this overly friendly and lively salesperson genuinely interested in your well-being? Or are they just full of fake enthusiasm in the effort to try to close a deal with you?
Totally over the top and totally fake.
Yes, it is. So here's how to handle the overeager fake greeting. Tip number 1, politely acknowledge their enthusiasm without giving away too much information. Keep your own response down, and if you choose to say anything, have it to be a very low-key thing in comparison.
Low-key.
Yes. Tip number 2, take your time and begin to explore the lot on your own terms. Even walk away from the false enthusiast if you have to. Tip number 3, politely set boundaries. You can say something like, I need a moment to think. Can you give me a little room to breathe here? And then let them know you'll check in with them if and when you're ready to ask for their overeager assistance.
So, super annoying tactic number 2, the what's your budget conundrum.
Right.
This is another classic and irritating question. The what's your budget? This classic question is a move taken from a very old but still in use car sales playbook. That's why you've probably heard it before or something a lot like it. Salespeople often ask this in the attempt to try to dig into your financial information so they can tailor their offerings accordingly. It's as if you hadn't thought about an actual vehicle you wanted, like the only thing you left home thinking about was how much money you wanted to spend.
Sure.
The salesperson is basically thinking, let's talk about money and then I will find a car to put you in. Mm-hmm. Responding to this question can put you in a tricky situation, as divulging your budget goals too early and too specifically in the conversation can put you at a negotiation disadvantage, especially if that budget question happens to lead to a monthly payment discussion. And a monthly payment discussion is exactly what they'd like to have with you. Once it's out there, it will come up again and again and again. You can count on them using this information repeatedly to present options that align with your monthly payment budget, limiting your vehicle choices and negatively impacting the entire negotiation process. Therefore, it's advisable to navigate this question carefully or sidestepping around it entirely, focusing more on the features you want in the car and the value you're looking for, rather than revealing specific financial figures too soon. This allows you to maintain some control during the early stages of the car buying process.
Here's how to tackle this tricky situation without revealing your entire financial playbook. Tip number 1, deflect the question initially, focusing on the vehicle and the features that you're interested in. Just say, let's see if you have a vehicle I'd consider buying at a price I'm willing to pay first. Tip number 2, before you arrive at the dealership, research cars online and have a ballpark figure in the back of your mind. But don't say it. And tip number 3, share your budget strategically, but only after you've gathered enough information and you've found the vehicle that you'll consider buying.
Irritating tactic number 3, the phantom discount.
Ooh.
Is that tempting discount on the sticker price too good to be true? When a tempting discount appears next to the sticker price, it raises the question, is it actually a good deal or is there more to it than that? Dealers and their car salespeople use these discounts as a marketing strategy, creating an impression of a significant price reduction. If it brought you in, it worked, but it's often just a bait and switch. Unfortunately, the active mechanics of these discounts may involve certain conditions, qualifications, or trade-offs.
Let's uncover the truth behind the elusive phantom dealer discount. Tip number 1, scrutinize the details of the discount. Is it conditional? Tip number 2, research the car's market value to gauge the discount's authenticity. If it's the only vehicle you could find that is discounted like this, it's unlikely to be legitimate. Tip number 3, don't hesitate to ask for clarification on how the discount is actually applied. It's a red flag if they are slow to answer the question or they give you a very confusing response.
Irritating salesman tactic number 4, the pressure cooker urgency tactics. Act now or miss out forever. Don't let the urgency tactics rattle your nerves. Imagine this scenario. You're at the dealership exploring different car options and suddenly the salesperson drops the urgency bombshell on you. They enthusiastically declare, this incredible deal is only valid for today. Act now or you'll miss out on this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Right now, there is no such thing as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for anything. The pressure cooker is tuned up, and you can feel the pressure of urgency. In this situation, the salesperson might use urgency tactics to create a sense of scarcity and prompt you to make a quick impulse decision. They may emphasize tried and tested dealership advertising techniques, such as limited time promotions and exclusive offers, or suggest that the particular car model you're interested in is in high demand and might be sold to someone else very soon.
Right.
They also love to say, we have others coming in on this car. However, it's essential to recognize these pressure tactics for what they are, strategies designed to expedite your decision-making process. By staying cool under this pressure cooker, you can take a step back, evaluate the offer objectively, and make a decision that aligns with your needs and your timeline rather than succumbing to their artificial urgency.
So here's how to stay calm under the pressure cooker tactic. Tip number 1, just take a deep breath and assess if the urgency is genuine or manufactured. Research the claims about disappearing discounts. Tip number 2, politely express your need for time to consider the decision. Wave the salesman away from you and say, we need time to think. Please give us some space. And tip number 3, be willing to walk away. As we talked about on a recent show, it's a big decision, and true urgency, even if it is accurate, allows for your careful consideration.
Irritating tactic number 5, the Foursquare worksheet, decoding the numbers game. We've addressed this issue before on our show. For those of you who didn't know, the Foursquare worksheet is a standard tool used by car salespeople in dealerships during the price negotiation phase. It's a simple document divided into 4 quadrants, each representing a vital aspect of the deal. Well, here's how it works. Number 1 is the trade-in value. One quadrant is dedicated to assessing the value of your trade-in vehicle. The salesperson will evaluate your current car's worth, considering its condition, mileage, and market value, and put it in this box. Number 2 is the vehicle price. This quadrant displays the car price you want. The salesperson will present the initial cost before any negotiations or discounts. And third is the down payment. Here the down payment amount is outlined in a box. The salesperson may suggest a down payment amount based on your financial situation or to meet specific financing requirements. And then in the 4th square is the monthly payment. This quadrant shows the estimated monthly payment for financing the car. It factors in the price, down payment, interest rate, and loan term. Dealers say the purpose of the Foursquare worksheet is to simplify the negotiation process and provide transparency, but it's actually the opposite that is true. You doing some homework so you understand this technique empowers you to engage in more informed and strategic negotiations, ensuring they secure a deal that aligns with their preferences and budget.
So let's break that Foursquare method down and empower you to negotiate like a pro. Tip number 1, understand each quadrant separately. Price, trade-in value, down payment, and monthly payment. Tip number 2, negotiate one element at a time to maintain control. And then take it off the table when it's been negotiated. Put it in your bag.
That.
Tip number 3, be prepared to walk away if the numbers individually don't align with your expectations.
So here's irritating tactic number 6, the hidden fees mirage, a costly illusion. What you see isn't always what you get at a dealership. That's why we published not long ago, Why the Price Ain't the Price. Hidden fees in a dealership can be a subtle and unfortunately everyday aspect of the car buying process. These fees are additional charges not explicitly included in the advertised price or discussed up front. They typically violate deceptive pricing laws for this reason.
Here's how hidden fees typically work. Number one, they are not disclosed initially. When you see an advertised price for a car, it often excludes various fees, which is why you can win with a deceptive pricing claim. These fees might include documentation, dealer preparation, or advertising fees. They could actually be any number of totally made-up things. These are often not prominently disclosed, and buyers are usually only aware of them later in the purchasing process, like when you're in the finance office. Number two, justification and explanation. When these fees are presented, the dealership might offer justifications, such as claiming they cover administrative costs or preparing the vehicle for sale. They might even say they have to charge them based on state laws. However, most fees are fully negotiable, while others may be non-negotiable and regarded by the dealership as mandatory. Number three, here's the impact on the overall cost. Hidden fees can significantly impact the overall cost of the car, friends, potentially leading to a much higher total amount than what you initially expected.
To navigate hidden fees, tip 1, before you visit a dealer, request a breakdown of all charges, ensuring transparency about each fee and its purpose. Tip number 2, if a fee seems excessive or unjustified, don't hesitate to question it. If you're negotiating an OTD out-the-door price over email, just eliminate the fees in your counter offer. Don't even mention them.
Yep.
Just adjust your price without putting any of those fee line items and give them a counter offer OTD. Tip number 3, research typical dealer fees in your area and compare them across different dealerships. This knowledge can help you identify if a dealership adds excessive or unusual charges. And tip number 4, before finalizing the deal, ensure that all agreed upon terms, including fees, are documented in writing. This is otherwise known as a written OTD price and helps prevent surprises and provides a reference in case of later disputes.
Yep. Irritating tactic number 7, the let me talk to my manager charade. Is the classic let me check with my manager move a genuine effort or just a stalling tactic? It's actually a little bit of both. Here's how it typically unfolds. First, the stalled negotiation. During the negotiation process, when you raise a specific concern or ask for a better deal or request additional concessions, the salesperson may respond with, let me go talk to my manager. Second, they leave the room. The salesperson may then excuse themselves from the negotiation table, suggesting they consult the manager to address your request. They generally say, let me see what I can do. This often involves physically leaving the room, creating a moment of anticipation and suspense. You're left alone at the table wondering, what's next? Number 3 is the manager's approval, so to speak. Upon returning, the salesperson may convey that they've discussed the matter with their manager and received special approval or an alternate consideration. This can create the impression that the customer is getting a unique, one-time offer that requires managerial intervention. Yeah. Number 4 is negotiation dynamics. The let me talk to my manager charade serves multiple purposes. It can give the impression that the salesperson is working on the customer's behalf, creating a sense of exclusivity and urgency. Most importantly, though, it allows for the salesperson to maintain the position of negotiation power in the situation and implies that they are advocating for the customer and even working against the dealership.
Which they're definitely not.
They're not.
While this tactic is a standard part of the negotiation dance in car sales, customers should approach it very skeptically. It's essential to remember that salespeople are skilled negotiators, and the manager's involvement might be part of a well-rehearsed script from a classroom. To navigate this charade effectively, customers can, number 1, acknowledge the need for the salesperson to consult with their manager while maintaining a level-headed approach. Tip number 2, politely request details about the manager's considerations or approvals, ensuring transparency in the negotiation process. And tip number 3, be prepared to stick to your negotiation points and not be swayed solely by the manager's involvement. If the offer doesn't align with your expectations, don't hesitate to continue negotiating or walk away if necessary, as we pointed out in a recent video.
For those of you who want to buy either a new or used vehicle anywhere in the U.S. car market and you want to avoid these annoying things that car salesmen do that we discussed today, reach out to us and ask for our direct help. On our website, thehomeworkguy.com, we have several services. If you wish to go it alone with some help, get signed up for our texting consult package. It's just $49.99 and I'll stick with you for 30 days. If you want us to take over doing it all for you, read up on our hassle-free car buying service on our website, thehomeworkguy.com, on the pull-down menu. Not only does it make life very easy for you, but our service leads the industry with the best return on investment average.
You should also be aware that when you use our hassle-free car buying service, either Liz or I will personally take every intake call. You get to talk directly to us, and we are literally the only show hosts on YouTube that offer this level of personalized service.
Thanks to all of you out there in our audience for coming back. We greatly appreciate your loyalty. And if you want our direct help in your car deal and have difficulty navigating the website, you can simply text me at 701-441-3399 and I'll steer you in the right direction.
To all of our longtime subscribers, you guys rock. God bless you all. I'm Kevin Hunter, the Homework Guy, home of the only totally hassle-free car buying service, signing off on behalf of the amazing Elizabeth and the entire Hassle-Free Homework Guy team. Thanks for listening.